Hi, within this lecture we're going to install Virtualbox, and within this lecture we're going to focus on specifically for Windows machines. It's a little bit different to install the Virtualbox on Windows and in Mac OS systems, so we're going to start with Windows. Okay, so if you're a Mac OS user, you're more than welcome to skip this lecture and go to the next one. So in order to run the virtual machines on our computer, we're going to need the VirtualBox software. And actually, we have other softwares in order to run virtual machines like VMware. However, we're going to use VirtualBox because it's completely free and it works pretty well. Okay? So we're going to continue with the VirtualBox. And in order to find how to install it, all you have to do is just go to google.com and search for VirtualBox download or VirtualBox website, okay? So if you search for this, you will see like millions of results, and the first one that you would get is the virtualbox.org, which is the main website of the VirtualBox. So make sure you go to virtualbox.org. Okay, the first result, I believe it directs us to the downloads page, so you can go to virtualbox.org directly to see the latest version of the VirtualBox. So mine is 6.1 right now, so if you see something like 6.3, 5, 6, 7, it really doesn't matter. What you see over here is the latest version. And once you click on it, it will redirect you to the Downloads tab, Downloads section of this web page. So either from here or from the left hand pane, you can go to the download section and you're gonna have to find the one that matches to your operating system. Okay, and if the VirtualBox comes to something different like 7 version, for example, I will of course update this lecture, okay, but they haven't changed the way it looked like for 5 years right now, so you should be pretty certain that you can download the latest version and just try it. And over here we see different operating systems like Windows, OS X, Linux distributions. Just find the one that matches to your operating system. In my case, this is Windows right now, so I want to download this one. So it's relatively a small software, like 100 megabytes maybe. So I'm going to save this, okay? And I will wait until this is finished. Of course, I have downloaded it before in order not to make you wait, so it should be pretty quick for me. As you can see, if I open this, I can see the VirtualBox over here. So this is one of the things that I need in order to install this. Okay, I have it on my desktop as well. So I'm gonna delete this. Okay, I don't need it. And again, I hope you didn't close this web page because we need another thing over here called extension pack. So an extension pack is a support package for you to install some kind of USB devices to your VirtualBox. Even if you're not going to use any devices with your VirtualBox, you should again install this as well, so that the virtualization technology works much better when you install this. So make sure you click on this all supported platforms and download this. This is pretty small, by the way, like 10 megabytes. So make sure you download this as well. So I'm not going to do that because I have already downloaded this. So if I just close this down and this one as well, you can see the available files over here. So first, of course, we're going to start with the VirtualBox because we need VirtualBox to install the extension pack later on. So double click on this, and if it asks for any permission, like if you really want to use it or not, just say yes. I'm going to say next. I'm going to check everything from here, like create an icon for my desktop or something like that, and I'm going to say next and yes. Okay, so this will install the VirtualBox for my Windows machine. And again, here you go, it asks for a permission. Yeah, I want to give that permission. I'm gonna say yes. It will be pretty easy, it will be pretty quick for me. Okay, so this is a very easy to install application. However, there are some like minor details that you shouldn't skip, so I'm going to show you what are all of those things. And once we install that, actually, we don't need to continue with Windows or Mac or Linux, because we're going to use Kali Linux as a virtual machine once we install that. So it wouldn't matter if you're using Windows or Mac or any other operating system. Okay, once we install this and get it over with, it's done. So if you see this, then it's very good. Just say, yeah, finish and start the VirtualBox. If it doesn't start for you, even though you checked that, you can always double click on that and just open your VirtualBox, okay? So once I do that, it asks me if I want to download the extension pack. I'm gonna say no to this, because sometimes this pop-up doesn't work for us. So we have already installed the extension pack over here. So we're going to manually install it rather than automatically, okay? We already have this. So in order to install this, I'm gonna double click on this and it will pop up an installation pop up like this. So if it doesn't work for you when you double click on this, sometimes this happens, I'm going to show you what to do, okay? So I'm going to say cancel to this, and I'm going to close this down because I believe we have two virtual boxes open for some reason. I'm going to open it from scratch, and I'm going to come over here to this menu where I can find the settings or preferences of the VirtualBox. So once I open that, okay, once I open the preferences, I can see there are different tabs over here like extensions. So over here I have an old extension pack. Most probably you see some blank page over here. So I'm going to delete this so that we can have the same page like that. Yeah, it will ask another permission. I'm gonna say yes. And here you go. Now I have a blank page. Now if I click over here to plus button, I can choose the extension pack that we have downloaded, like over here, and it will just bring me this page one more time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say install, and I will just scroll down a little bit, and I will say I agree to this license. It will ask again a permission. I will say yes, and this will install the extension pack for me. And I will see it over here, and I will say okay. That's it. Okay, that's it. That's how you install the VirtualBox. However, if you come over here to this preferences, you will see the other options as well. Like you have like an update or language, for example. I'm going to use this in English, but if you want to change this to any other language, then you're more than welcome to do so, okay, from the settings. And we have other options over here that we will see later on how to use them when we install one virtual machine. But right now, before we go on and install the virtual machines, we need some final thing to do. Come over here to this network tab. We see some NAT network thing over here, which will allow us to create a virtual network and get internet connection from our own host machine. So most probably you're seeing something blank over here. You can just hit this and create a new NAT network. That's all you gotta do. We're going to use this NAT network in order to connect to the internet within our virtual machines, and those virtual machines will be connected to each other because they will be on the same network, our own virtual network, which is our NAT network. So make sure you create this NAT network. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to use it. I'm going to show you what does being on the same NAT network mean later on, but you're gonna have to install this anyway. So that's it. If you have done this, then you can just click on OK, and then you're ready to go into the next lecture. And the next lecture actually is for Mac, so you can just skip it if you're on Windows. And then for the following lecture, we're going to download our first virtual machine.